And then here's some free digital tools that we kind of found that are available if you haven't heard of them. I'm not going to list all of them because there's quite a few of them. Some of you may have heard before. Things like Flipgrid is super popular right now. And Kahoot is another big thing that I've heard that is really cool, and I've actually used it in my classroom as well, which is really cool. So I'm going to quickly go through these. Here's some digital tools that you probably are aware of that deliver content and can collaborate with one another, such as Google Classroom or Office 365. And then there is other free digital content specifically for music on all of these platforms. And I did want to show you briefly what this looks like. So here, this is the Georgia Home Classroom that was in collaboration with the Georgia Department of Education and Georgia Public Broadcasting. Basically, we have helped develop some remote learning plans that are right here and K-12, and then you can search by fine arts, and there are remote learning plans here. There we go. General music, visual art, all of the arts, not just specifically music, but some sample examples of what those look like. Sample example, those are the same thing. Anyways, so that's a Georgia Home Classroom. There is a bunch of stuff there as well. Let me find it. There we go. There it is. Yeah, and there they are all, and the remote learning plans right here as well. Cool. Anyways, take a check out of the Google Classroom Home Classroom. It's a great resource for you, and it's free content. But other things like Chrome Music Lab, super cool. I've used that in teaching so much. Different like creation games and kind of science experiments on Chrome Music Lab. And then things like PBS Learning Media has a bunch of stuff. Discovery Education has a bunch of stuff. YouTube's great. Even things like the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra here in Atlanta, they have a whole education content for music educators as well that you should take a look at. Collaboration, things like we're doing now, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Flipgrid, Padlet, which we were talking about earlier. Things for performing, want to briefly talk about this. Things like social media and, turning to social media because it is avidly available and it is free for digital teaching and learning. It can be powerful, it's very popular, and it could be very creative to engage students in active music making on these social media apps, but you do need to, mainly because students already use most of them, especially the older ones. So I know of some teachers who actually have created either a private classroom social media account for students and parents to interact with, or they've presented challenges on things like TikTok and they send them videos back. So it's like, kind of the world's your oyster when it comes to social media, but also it's highly important to remember that the use of social media in an educational setting, it has to be district approved and a parent approved if they're not of age, because it does require personal information to sign up and log in. So just be sure to have the parental consent and the consent of your district before you incorporate social media apps into your classroom setting. And then the next thing briefly that we have is just some examples.